Yo, we's back with another video, man. As y'all can see, we called dubs today. Really, the whole team called dubs. TJ Yarn them and Timmy got their payout. Well, he got his payout. Timmy, y'all niggas was hating. But it's cool, though. It's kind of the name of the game. You can't be successful in life without haters, literally. So, side point right now, though, I just want to go over my recap. I trade London session, and I trade Forex. They trade futures and New York session, obviously. But it is what it is. If you on my Instagram or my Snapchat, which my Instagram will be over there or over there, whichever one, you seen, I literally called this shit. I told y'all Asian session lows is going to be free bread. You just needed to find the entry. And I got exactly that. And I'm not going to lie, I was hesitant on entering this motherfucker, to be real with you, because when London session opened, that first 5-minute candlestick was just boom, immediate down. And I was like, fuck, it's just going to take these lows out without giving me an entry. Because my thought process was, when I called it, price was like right here. Well, it was actually right here. So I was like, boom, okay, I want London session to come up, take out 8 session highs, and move down. Right? Let me look at GBP/USD. Let me see what you did. I can already see it. Same thing with here. It literally did the same thing. It just we already swept the highs before London session opened. So I was like, man, we're probably just gonna have a continuation. Feel me? So again, all I needed was an entry. Right? So the overall thought process, we got a liquidity sweep. 8 session highs got swept on both pairs. So there was no SMT, but that's cool. I'm not really tripping off of that. It's just an extra confluence. But like I told y'all in the liquidity sweep video, liquidity is my bread and butter. I'm saying, if I don't get liquidity sweeps, I can't trade. But if I get liquidity sweeps, I break a structure, inverse a fair value gap, that's enough for me to take the trade. Right? So we came up and tapped into 8 session highs 3 times. We failed to break above it 3 times. So that let me know, okay, if I can get an entry, put my stop loss above 8 session highs, that's most likely a green day, regardless. Because, again, these lows, easy low resistance draws on liquidity. Whether if you chose TP here or here, it doesn't really matter. You would have smacked out regardless. Because the next draw on liquidity wasn't until here, really, in my opinion. You can count these, but I think that was just like a wick up from some data highs. So I wasn't really targeting those. If we broke above 8 session highs, we most likely would have came out, took New York session highs, and I probably wasn't going to trade that. I was just going to let the market do what it do. Feel me? So, again, I'm waiting for London session to give me an entry. I got this fair value gap, but I didn't even think we was going to get an entry off of it because of the way we was moving down, and I was kind of pissed, and I was about to go to sleep. I literally said this on my stories. I said, fuck it, I can't find the entry, or I can't put my stop loss where I want it. Because at the point that I was talking, price was already, you know what I'm saying, right here. I didn't want to fucking enter right there, and then my stop loss be way the fuck up here. Feel me? That's not even a positive risk to reward. Right? So I wasn't taking that trade. So I had to find a better entry, which I did. As soon as this fair value gap got tapped into, I entered at the closure of that candlestick for a 1 to 2. My stop loss was kind of hit or miss, man, because again, there's this fair value gap. I mean, technically, we reacted on this one, but I know how price get. You feel me? Especially because it was only 5. We only 10 minutes in the market open, 15 minutes in the market open. So I'm like, man, it's kind of early to be entering into a trade because we could still flip around and come up and take these highs out again. And I didn't want my stop loss right here, where I didn't really feel comfortable at first with putting my stop loss right there, because we got this imbalance right here and we had these highs up here. But we did technically react upon this imbalance. So I was like, man, fuck it. So I scaled down to the 1 minute time frame, right? Come on. And this pullback right here on the 1 minute time frame is what I took my trade off of. I was like, boom. At least I got some type of pullback. Because as you can see, before this pullback, there was not one single up candle. None of those candles even had a wick up besides the last three. Those four right here, these bottom four. They had slight wick ups. So I'm like, damn, bro, I'm not even going to get an entry. But at least I was right. Like, I called price action. So I wasn't really too, you know what I'm saying, pressed about it. But at the same time, I was pressed because I wanted that entry. I knew those lows was going to get hit. And again, if you on my story, I literally said, fuck it, I entered. Have my stop loss just above the fair value gap that I entered on. I was like, if we inverse this, I'm most likely wrong and price is going to continue up. I literally entered this trade. I waited for like 15 more minutes and I called it. I went to sleep, bro. Well, I didn't go to sleep, but I laid down. And I just decided not even to look at the charts because I figured out that I never make good decisions when I'm already in a trade. I always make dumb decisions because manipulation, the candlestick wicks is going up, coming all the way back down. You know what I'm saying? That good jazz. So I was just like, man, fuck it. We either go hit my stop loss or hit my take profit. And my stop loss was at a point, and it was a risk amount. I risked an amount that I was willing to lose, and I wasn't really tripping if I lost it. Right? And obviously TP was at these lows. Feel me? So, hey, that's a W in my book. We got a liquidity sweep, fair value gap, breaker structure, no SMT. But every other box was checked besides the SMT. You know what I'm saying? And like I told y'all, you don't really need SMTs. SMTs is an extra confluence. Feel me? But it was cool though, man. This was kind of like really self-explanatory. Like I really didn't really need too much to take this trade because in my head, like I said, 8 session lows was just free fucking bread. We failed to break 8 session highs 3 times. I'm like, bro, if we didn't break above it 3 times, we're not going to break above it again. We're not going to go back to it again. And if we do, then I'm just completely wrong for today again. So I wasn't really mad at whatever happened at the outcome of this trade. That's why I closed the computer after I entered. Feel me? And I'm back up on the month. I know I said I was just going to end the month and not take no trades. But when I opened the charts and look at that shit, I literally told myself, I was like, bro, this is free bread. It's like these lows just made sense to get hit rather than these highs up here, right? Because the only other high, if you wanted to count this, you can. But I didn't really want to count it. So if I didn't count that, the only other high point was at the top of New York session. I didn't see that being hit. Feel me? So like I say, I just needed an entry to sell, which is what I got. I don't even think I went into drawdown on this trade. No, I didn't. Because my entry was at this candlestick right here. The closure of it. Feel me? It's a little bit above that. I'm not going to lie. So I might have went into a drawdown like $5. If that. Like a couple ticks up into drawdown. But other than that, man, this shit was really self-explanatory. I just wanted 8 session lows to get hit. And I knew they was going to get hit. I just put my money where my mouth is. Found the entry. This fair value gap was beautiful. Price came up, opened, tapped into it, and moved down. I don't really know what else to say. Like, that was just beautiful. That's probably one of my, like I said, it's one of my favorite trades. No drawdown, no stress. Only thing that was pissing me off was I didn't think I was going to get an entry. Because I seen that first 5-minute candlestick and I was like, damn, bro. We just going to take those lows out because we had already swept the highs before London session opened. So I was just like, we either going to react upon the fair value gap, continuation, or we going to inverse these fair value gaps and just say, fuck my bias and skate up to the upside. Especially when I was looking at GBP USD. Because GBP was already making structure to keep going higher. I'm like, damn. But, feel me, the last, like, 10 minutes before Atlanta session opened, we got those legs down. I was like, okay, cool. Both pairs just coming down off of that sweep. I was like, man, that's my entry right there. If I don't enter now, I'm not going to get an entry at all. It was literally, I don't even know what else to tell y'all, bro. I just had a bias, strong conviction, and I just put my money where my mouth is. My stop loss is above this fair value gap. I was like, all right, bro, if we inverse this gap, I'm most likely wrong. Because when you got stacked fair value gaps like this, price doesn't necessarily have to react upon both of them. As long as we react off of one of them, cool, bro. That's confirming bearish structure, bearish order flow. So I took the trade, bro. Take profit was down here at 8 session lows. And we smacked them bitches to perfection. Like, I literally cannot complain about this trade. There was no drawdowns. There was no emotionalist. You know what I'm saying? There was no emotions. Besides the fact that I didn't think I was going to get an entry. And even then, I got another fair value gap right after that. So if I didn't enter off of that one, I could have entered off of this one. Even though I wouldn't like my risk to reward. But it is what it is. It was still I caught a 1 to 2. So I'm not mad at that regardless, bro. But that's really it. These recaps are so simple when a trade strategy makes sense. Like, there's nothing else to explain here. Liquidity sweep. Got fair value gaps. A 1 minute shift to structure. A 5 minute shift to structure. And then a 5 minute inverse fair value gap right here. The one that I'm drawing now. We inverse that fair value gap. So I was like, hey, I got everything but a SMT. That's enough for me to take a trade. My stop loss wasn't in the ideal place that I wanted it to be. But it was still in a spot where if it got hit, we most likely was wrong. Right? So I wasn't really mad at it. And literally, the next candlestick after I entered created another fair value gap. So I was like, there's all these imbalances. If we inverse all these imbalances, then fuck it, bro. I just deserve to be wrong, goddamn me. There's nothing I can do about that. I just put my money where my mouth is. Feel me? And I waited. I was being patient too, I'm not gonna lie. For this candlestick to close, just for confirmation. And that's really it, gang. There's nothing else to explain here. Even if you trade a New York session was beautiful as well. Like, feel me? Like, take TP way down here. You would have caught a good risk to reward. These highs, swap them, move down. Inverse of a fair value gap right here. And we inverse a bullish fair value gap with a bearish fair value gap. And we shift the structure on the 5 minute and the 1 minute. And a plus, let me go up to a higher time frame. Because all time frames was aligning beautifully. So what I'm saying? Like these wick ups, take out these highs, equal highs right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? That looks beautiful. Absolutely fucking beautiful. Every time frame is on par with each other. Like I said, I just needed an entry. Which is exactly what I waited for and it's exactly what I got. It's fucking W trading day, man. W trading day. Like I said, I'm back up on the month. Now I'm done for the month. I probably won't trade tomorrow. I'm going to just end with a W. Unless I get another setup like this. Like, unless I'm getting A+ setups. I'm not taking no trades. Because I kind of want to take my W's and live to fight another day. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Hopefully y'all enjoy. Hopefully everybody caught dubs. My team caught dubs. So hopefully y'all caught dubs. I can't complain, man. Can't complain. But again, y'all boys stay motivated. Y'all stay blessed. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.